Hi there everybody, it's Amanda here from Calmer Thoughts. I said I'd come on every day at 11 o'clock and give you my Calmer thought for the day. So this is my first one. So when I spoke to you on Friday, I was talking about how in this situation in lockdown, this is why I'm doing it, because we're all in lockdown, we're all in the same boat, we're all having the same feelings and worries. And I thought I could help people with some of the things I do with my clients on a regular basis. So when we're in a situation like this, we just tend to think negatively about everything. We see the worst case scenario and we catastrophize things. So when I have clients who are always in that state, if they're coming with stress and anxiety, one of the first things I get them to do, and one of the most important things I get them to do, is I ask them to think more positively. Now, this is really hard when you're in a negative state of mind because every thought you have is negative. So it's really changing their mindset and training them to think in a different way. So what I ask them to do is every night when they go to bed, I ask them to think of the good things that have happened that day, the positives. They don't have to be massive, it doesn't have to be enormous things, it can just be the tiniest little things that they have done, achieved, that has happened to them, and really get them to focus on that. Because when I see people, I talk about different parts of our brain, and this part of our brain, the left frontal cortex, I can't even say it, left prefrontal cortex, is our positive part of our brain, and we need to be engaging that part. When we are in a negative state and a stress state, we use the primitive part of our brain, which is right at the back, our emotional part of our brain, and that thinks negatively. So we've got to re-engage this part, the logical, rational part of our brain. So I want people to write down and think about the things that have gone well in the day. So, and I ask people to write them down because when we think about it, because of how our thoughts are, we tend to bypass or dismiss good things and think, oh, that'll never happen again, or that's only because that happened, and oh, well, that was just fluke. When you write it down, it's a lot more concrete. So I ask people to almost get a journal and write down their positives for the day in bullet points, or it can be more of a diary. You can keep it really simple or elaborate if you want to, but when you write it down, you can't really dismiss it that much. It's in black and white and very concrete. And why I like people to do it as well is because if you're having a bad day and things have not gone particularly well, I like clients to go back through the book, through their journal, and look at what a good day was. And just take note of what they did that day that made that day actually quite a good day. And really what they need to think about is, I need to do more of that. I met somebody, I talked to a friend on the phone. Things are going to be a bit different now because it's lockdown. We're limited to who we can see, but there'll still be little things that we do each day that are good, and we need to acknowledge that, write them down, and then look back on what was a good day and think, I need to do more of that. That made me feel good. And what it does is, in scientific terms, it creates serotonin in our brain, which is the happy hormone. So that makes us feel better, it makes us feel more positive. So I'm going to go into things that will create more serotonin for us in a natural state. But one of these things is writing down the positives. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about today as well was when we are in a negative state of mind, we wear what I call blinkers. We have blinkers on and we only see the negatives. There's loads of good things happening all around us, but we've got these blinkers on and we only focus on the bad things. And that's when we'll say, well, that only happened because of so-and-so, and that only happened because of whatever. And we just focus on the negatives. And when you're looking for the negatives, I can guarantee you will find them every single time because you're looking for them. Now, a good analogy of this is, and I say this one to my clients, when I was expecting my first baby, who is now 25, not a baby anymore. When I was expecting Charlie, I remember coming out of the doctors being told that I was expecting a baby, and suddenly everybody was pushing a pram, had a pushchair, was pregnant, had a tiny baby, and I thought, oh my God, everyone's having a baby, everyone's got a small child. Those people were there yesterday with their little babies and their prams and their pushchairs. I just didn't notice them because it wasn't part of my world. I wasn't thinking about it and I wasn't aware of it. Now it was going to be a big part of my world. This was going to be my new world. I was seeing it everywhere. There was adverts for Mothercare on TV all the time. There were, all sorts of things going on. I thought, oh my God, it's all about babies because I was looking for it. And because I was looking for it, I found it. And that's the same with positive and negative thoughts. If you're looking for negativity, you will find them. So we're going to train you. I want you to get training in a different way with your brain so you can lower those blinkers down and notice all the lovely things that are happening around us. I know this weekend the weather was gorgeous, particularly on Saturday, and I was really, really busy in the garden, got loads of jobs done, and then went for a lovely walk in the afternoon, and it was a perfect day. I felt I'd achieved so much. I was so proud of myself. And I don't know, if you follow me, you'll see that I did a 20k walk yesterday. The weather wasn't brilliant, it was very muddy, but I was so proud of myself. Again, I did something, I'd set myself a goal and I did it. So I had a great weekend in amongst all of this stuff that's going on. So what I want you to do, my tip for today, is get a journal, get a book, write things down, your good things, your sparkly moments. Doesn't have to be massive, tiny, tiny things that you have done, achieved, how good you feel. Write them down each and every day. So that's my tip, my karma thought for the day. So please do that for me. As I say, when I see clients, I get them to do that all the time they're seeing me. And each when they come back to me, I say, what's been good this week? What's been better? Tell me your sparkly moments. Tell me your positives. And they list off all the things that they've done. So I'll leave that one with you. The other thing I was going to say is I've done this at 11 o'clock and I'm suddenly realising 11 o'clock is probably not a really good time for me because I see clients in that time. So I think I'm going to move it to 12. So moving on, it's a movable feast. I'm going to do this at 12 o'clock live, so I can do more of them live rather than recording them. So I'll leave you with that thought. Write them down. Write your positive thoughts down and see how that changes your mindset. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care there till then. Bye-bye.